Welcome, everybody.
Hey, welcome to the Ben and Charlie podcast.
You always know which episode is that. I know too.
This is episode 5. Already 5. 5. Il quinto episodio.
Cinco. Cinco de Mayo.
5. That's really exciting. Over the weekend, we saw like a huge activity on our channel. And we're grateful for all the new subscribers. Welcome.
Thank you.
To the Ben and Charlie podcast.
We even have t-shirts today.
We have t-shirts today. These are just for us.
We're not selling them.
We're not selling. We're just like trying to do something funny and something nice. And maybe, who knows, in the future, something might come up and we might just open it up and open the
Who knows? We put
merch.
the light a bit warmer to make the atmosphere, a bit warmer.
Just
cozy.
Change light a little bit of a homey feeling. I
feel like winter is coming. Or like
winter
colder.
is coming.
I like the vibe though.
You know where I hear winter is coming all the time? In what show?
What?
Game of Thrones.
Oh.
Winter is coming.
Yeah, and we need to talk about favorite TV shows and movies.
But you just want to do an episode just for that?
Just for that, because I have plenty to talk about.
Yeah, well, I need to create like a list and
we need to prepare for that.
Explain a lot of things and
But I encourage you to watch one of my favorites, Breaking Bad.
I did.
That was I guess
I did watch Breaking Bad. It was
lovely,
very
huh?
nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
As I said, I still watched Suits.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on season 4.
Oh, that's fast.
It's very good, and it's like before sleep when I just turn on, and sometimes I roll like 3.
Don't you fall asleep watching that?
No.
It's pretty good.
It's good.
Okay.
It's really good. I mean, it's plenty of action going on. Like they're changing, they're playing with emotions with like people, and I really like it. I really recommend.
Yeah, I would just pass out if I had to be in front of the TV, like with a blanket and on the couch. Just fall asleep. Well, maybe because I wake up very early.
You wake up very early.
And
I fall asleep very late.
Yeah. So just done with work now.
Opposite.
But
Opposite. Correct.
Good.
So what are you watching now?
Now, well, yesterday I watched another episode of Game of Thrones where we got like.
So how many times have you seen that show?
Oh, this is the second time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
not many times.
Not many. Yeah, I mean, if TV show is great, like I've seen Breaking Bad already 3 times.
3 times?
3 times.
Oh, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
It's like good. Something, it's in you. It's alive.
Yeah. Because
they created the story, they created characters. It's, it's not real life, but still you kind of like feel that vibe. And
what did you do this past weekend?
What did I do? Not much. I worked on some videos, working out, sauna. It's colder, so.
Colder. Well,
I mean,
50s in the morning, I think.
That's cold.
Yeah, it is.
It's pretty cold. But
it depends.
It's pretty good. How about you?
It's been a very busy weekend. Hunting opener was started this Saturday for archery.
Okay.
And I bow hunt white-tailed deer in northern Minnesota here.
Okay.
And it was the first day. I went with my son in the morning, and we did not see anything. I heard a bobcat though.
Okay.
So it was very interesting and scary at the same time in the woods. And then on Sunday, my kids do enduro motocross.
That's fun.
And my son, he participates in the 85cc division. My daughter in the 65. They're 12 and 9.
So they have their own motorcycle?
Okay. Yeah. And
are they smaller or like...
A little bit smaller, but it's insane the speeds that those kids go. It's wow.
It.
So they had to, like, there is a track and there is 1 hour time, and who does more distance throughout the track.
Okay.
During that time, they win, and there's there is a ranking with all the kids. There were many
Nice.
kids. The weather was good. It was foggy in the morning, but it was a very nice experience. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
They really get excited about it.
Yeah,
and, they push, and that builds a lot of character.
I wish
too.
I could do that. It's fun.
Yeah.
I love the go-karts. Those are good too.
Go-karts.
Yeah. Have you
Do
tried?
you know? Do you know in Japan they have? You can actually get the Mario Karts.
Oh, wow.
You need to have an international driver's license. I was reading
Okay.
about things to do in Japan because I would love to. I love Japanese art and I love anime. I love manga, and that's like one of the things that I want
It's
to
a
do
very
one day,
interesting country.
to go there. Yeah. Especially like the samurai, the discipline.
That's your vibe. So yeah.
Yeah, I really love it. That's why the art that we have there. That's
Yeah.
why
I don't know if it's visible.
It's beautiful. Yeah, the wave. It's fantastic, and so you can like rent. It's like an attraction. You can rent the Mario Kart,
Okay.
real life, and you can actually go inside Tokyo driving.
Oh, wow.
You need to have an international driver's license, and you just go around with
Wow.
the carts. That's fantastic. It should be.
That's an interesting culture over there.
Oh,
I've
man.
seen many vlogs with
different
people, yeah.
Yeah, very different.
when the train is late there, they're
They apologize.
apologizing in the
They even
TV.
apologize. I found out they apologized because they raised the price by 1 or 2 cents or
Yeah.
something. Yeah,
That's different culture.
like
very
very
nice.
respectful, very quiet. There are some things that you cannot do when you're there, like talking on your phone, speaking loud. If you're wearing tattoos, you need to cover your
correct.
arms.
Especially, I don't think you can access like public gym or swimming pool.
I have no idea how
That's
that
what I've
works.
heard.
I
That
don't know.
if you have tattoo, there is no way they're gonna let you in.
Yeah, I'm
if
not
it's
sure.
not covered.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure about
So-
that, but it's very nice.
It's very
nice
interesting.
culture. And talking about movies, though, if you ever find yourself to watch The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise,
I never.
The Last Samurai
Oh, I never seen that.
with Tom Cruise, it's
Okay.
beautiful movie.
What year was that?
I think it was 2000s, late 2000s, I suppose. Yeah, I'm not positive on the date. I watched that movie like 3 or 4 times.
Okay, that's
It's about the story of this Westerner that it's around 1650, 1648. No, actually, it's more. Yeah, it's about the time where Japan was industrializing because they were left historically. Japan was a country that was closed.
okay.
It didn't allow any foreigners to go to Japan
Oh,
because they didn't want any influence from because the only ones that would go there to trade were the Portuguese and people from the Netherlands. They would just go there and trade, and the Portuguese brought religion, Christians,
Okay.
and the Japanese did not like that because they have a different
they have different.
religion, different ways.
Correct.
And so they closed themselves against everyone and whomever went on their coast and to spread religion and stuff, they would just kill them
Wow.
or just kick them out. So for a couple of centuries, there've been even more. They've been closed, so no development, no technology, nothing. And then only once they found out that the world outside was getting bigger and was getting more industrialized, they wanted to catch up. And so they would just get builders from Germany, soldiers from America, and they created an army and then the railway, and then from one thing to another. And there's the story of this guy that was hired to train soldiers in Japan. Then he was captured by this samurai lord. And then he basically could see his life and learn the samurai way and
Wow.
fight
Very
for
interesting.
the lord, because there was
Purpose.
it was a revolution, and it's very nice.
Interesting. Yeah.
It's a nice way to see
The whole world is interesting. Like we have so many countries, everybody's different, all
Mhm.
people, different languages. It's so I'm always fascinated about that. Like
Yeah. So what I think.
wherever you go, you can find a different story, different people.
So think about this: when Dante Alighieri was writing the Divine Comedy in Italy in the
Okay.
1300s, or Leonardo was building his flight machine in Italy, or Michelangelo was painting the Sistine Chapels. On the other side of the world, in America, natives were still hunting pigs
Yeah.
with sticks. It's astounding how different.
It's crazy how
development and
but
cultures.
still America, even being super young, achieved a lot.
Oh yeah, in a very short
It's-
time.
yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, they conquered the West in like 100 years.
It's incredible.
Populated, yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
So
Just young country, still young. And that's what I say when they say history here in America. Oh, this is a historical
Oh.
thing. I was doing some research for something that I'm writing, the history about my native city, Corigliano
Okay.
Calabro. And the place was founded in 970.
huh.
Like, it's insane. And the 8th century before Christ, the first Greeks colonized the region where I grew up.
Yeah,
And
it's
that's
such old history.
Oh my God, like 800 years before Christ. It's insane. Yeah.
The world is like super old.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
it's growing. Now we have all those, internet stuff. We can share the video.
Oh yeah,
It's super
just
easy.
you're just like one click away, and you
The
can-
same with the life length.
Mhm.
People are living longer.
Did you see? So when I went to Poland last year with
Okay.
my girlfriend because she's Polish.
Okay.
So what happened is that we went to in Krakow and in Warsaw, and you had people with the camera, and apparently Amazon has this service where you have like people can see with the camera that you're going around and visiting places.
Oh, really?
And they will act like guides telling you, oh, we're in this plaza here and this is the place. So I would see these people just walking and showing these
That's
places
crazy.
and say like, what the hell are they doing? So it's
Yeah.
kind of like traveling, but you're sitting in front of a computer.
So that's not really.
I mean, to a certain, yeah.
For me, the real travel is when you go somewhere and you have a challenge you cannot find. It's something, discovering something new.
It's not just that. It's the fact of being like a fish in a different kind of outside, kind of like outside of water, because you're out of your environment.
Correct.
So traveling, and when you travel, when you leave, and you come back a different human, a different person.
Always.
Because
Always.
the experience.
That's what I
really-
always had after travels.
Yeah.
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 So,
And most part,
yeah.
when I see people, like I meet people here,
Okay.
they have been here their whole life.
Correct. Some people didn't leave the state,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
but travels, like, as far as when I went to France, to Sweden, to New York, I always learned so much about other people. I met some nice people. I met their stories.
Mm-hmm.
It's super interesting to get to know what they feel, how they feel about the world, how is the economy in the other country.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Oh yeah.
grass is always greener over there.
Oh, that's what you think.
Correct. But
And-
then you kind of confront with those people and they tell you what's the truth.
But then, as of lately, I'm reflecting on something, and I think that I'm really grateful to be where I am today in America, because I think America is the greatest country in the world. Because I'm from a foreign region of the world. I'm from
Mhm.
Italy, and I've seen the struggle of not finding a job. I've seen the struggle of financial problems. I've seen the struggle of family issues altogether. All kinds
Plenty of opportunities.
all
here.
kinds of shit. And then you come here, it's the land, really the land of opportunity. Now, every country has their own problems. Every country has their own challenges.
Correct.
But to an outsider, to come here and to see that teenagers can work at 16 in Italy.
have their own car.
That's insane. Well, first of all, in Europe, you get driver's license at 18.
Yeah.
Here at 16.
In some
And-
states, 14 or 15.
Yeah, and well, of course, whatever country you go to, there's different rules, different regulations, different culture altogether. But still, I think that most people don't realize how good they have it here,
Yeah,
how
because
good we have it here.
you always appreciate when you lose something.
And you see
So-
and when you see all this diversity of people, you just see this here in the United States. Well, different peoples from different cultures live together, creating a society, an experiment.
I mean,
that
there are
you never-
there
that
are
you never
some
seen in
other
the world.
places like Hong Kong but yeah, I agree. It's
Well, the population is mostly Asian, of Chinese descent. I understand it's an international
Yeah.
part, like Singapore, Hong Kong, like all these places here. But
oh yeah, like New York. This is
there's
like
not a
combination of
yeah, there's not a thing like here. Everybody wants to come here. Just ask yourself about this. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
It's true.
If
And from
everybody,
the other side, all people from here wants to go to Italy or Spain.
well, no, yeah, oh yeah, and that's
I know.
and that's the thing. So I used to be a lifeguard in
Okay.
Italy. You're talking about 2004.
Okay,
I was a young buck.
20 years ago.
Exactly. I was 20. And I would see all these people coming on vacation from the northern side of Italy. They don't have a very favorable weather throughout the year because
Oh.
they have fog, they have snow. South is more Mediterranean climate, very moderate, very like hot, warm, and nice.
Like paradise.
Yeah, like everybody comes down because beautiful landscapes, beautiful,
Yeah, I
fantastic
guess.
food.
Yeah,
the
for sure.
the sea, and all that stuff. And these people will come there and they would say like, "Oh man, this place is so beautiful. I would just move here, live
Yeah.
here. Why you want to leave so much?" Well, I was young, of course. When you're young, you don't like the place where you're living, and I didn't understand. But the thing is that it is a beautiful place, but damn, it's like so hard to live there
guess.
because you cannot. It's really hard to find a job. But to me, just the summer job, that was the only escape that I really had, the financial certainty that I knew that I could work.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just only, like always, like worrying about something.
That's
So-
true. But still, like here, many people live, just spending everything they have, paycheck to paycheck, like everything.
That's
No
true.
matter what they make,
Yeah,
they can make 200,000 and they will spend everything.
that's true.
Some people are like that, so it's
not everybody.
it's all dependent on the
It's like
person.
I don't know, but if you live in abundance all the time, you really think it's very difficult to hold back.
Yeah.
It's very easy to overspend. But the other thing is like, okay, I get a raise. So what happens is like, no, I'm not more conservative with my money, like saving because I get a raise. Instead, no, I have to adjust my lifestyle to my new raise to my lifestyle. So it ends up that soon it
Yeah.
will be my paycheck to paycheck, and like you get to the point where you don't have enough money.
Yeah.
I
I listened to there was like a little short with Shaquille O'Neal, I believe. And he said he like signed a huge contract for I think $10 million, and he was like, I spent it in 3 months.
Oh,
I bought
man.
this Rolls Royce, that one. I didn't need it, but I bought it.
Yeah, I remember that we're talking about Mike Tyson, like not long time ago, and he said he had like a $3 million watch, like
Yeah.
full of jewels and gold and stuff, and he
Because like imagine that you have those millions. Like what other thing would you do? There's like you have everything, you can afford everything, so
I don't know, but it's
you get crazy anyway.
I know, but to some extent, that's like a curse. It's good, but it's bad because if you don't have, I think it comes down if you're impulsive as a person, that you have low self-control, and especially if you've been poor your whole life, man, when you have that huge amount of money, you're just gonna blow that off
Yeah.
in like whatever you want.
Yeah, but I would say that even if we control ourselves, I don't think there will be like anybody who will like sacrifice everything and like just live the same life. There's no way, because you discover new options.
Yeah,
and,
well,
like,
because you say, well, now I'm a millionaire, I gotta live the style of a
I
millionaire.
can do whatever I want.
Yeah, but that comes to, I don't know. I don't know. It comes down to maturity too, you know, to say what point, what stage are you in your life. For example, I always said, like, if I would ever get wealthy one day, like, well, I'm a wealthy man in the sense that I make much more money than I used to make when I was in Italy.
Okay.
And for US standards, like $50,000 a year, I think it depends where you live.
Yeah.
It depends
if
on
you
your
live in
it depends
New York.
on your lifestyle. If you got too much month left,
Yeah.
then money at the end of the
Yeah.
month, there's a problem there. Okay.
There is.
So you just try to stay between your limit and your expenses and measure your needs and everything. So I think I'm wealthy in the sense that when I get paid, my fridge is full.
Yeah.
My gas tank of the car is full as well, and I feel blessed every time that I think about that. So
Great
I think
approach.
I think that
Because
is a good
I
metric.
think when you have people who make, let's say there is somebody who makes $20,000 and have like very nice habits to like of expanding, not throwing the money for stupid shit. This person can probably save more than like person who is earning like 200,000 and spending like forever.
And I understand that every family, every
It's
person.
all dependent on your habits and your own mindset.
Well, that depends what you want to achieve. Like having a budget, I think that it's a must for everyone. Like write down every time you get paid, write down your fixed expenses that you have every month, and then like pay yourself first, cover your expenses first, and then what's left is going to be like something that you can enjoy yourself once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
Or if you have something
Sure.
that you want to go for, like a vacation, or you say, I want to save up money to buy a car instead of having car payments and paying
Yeah.
a stupid interest rate.
So there was another.
You just save up and write it down in such a way
Yeah.
that you know where everything is going.
save for some concert for this and
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause
Yeah, that kind.
That's what I heard from. I listened to one podcast and the guy said, rich people ask how much, and poor people ask how much per month, and they will like be in the payment forever.
Yeah, because how much you implied that I'm gonna pay this
Up
shit
front.
down. I'm gonna pay it up front. I'm gonna pay
Correct.
it down now. Yeah. So I was saying like, I feel wealthy in that sense, you know. So I feel blessed because, and of
Definitely.
course it's what you make of it, you know. And so, but in that case, if you was gonna be the point that I would get extraordinarily wealthy.
Yeah, like millions.
Yeah, I would just like sit down and say, okay, so what am I going to do now? So I'm going to think about investing for the future. I'm going to think about investing in a business,
Oh yeah.
live with interest, helping some people out, helping family members, you know,
Yeah.
and then just cruise,
I mean,
enjoy,
yeah.
and responsibly though.
Yeah.
Because like that's what Jordan Peterson says. He says like, okay, there's only so many margaritas you can have after a week.
Yeah.
You would just be a drunk person on a beach.
You need to have the mind.
Because like
Yeah.
how much really? Okay, say, oh, I'm going on vacation. Oh, I'm retiring. It's like, dude, you cannot really be a fucking couch potato. I always mess up these things. Couch potato or potato couch? Couch potato. Couch potato
Yeah.
is the term that you lay down on the couch and you
Okay.
just do nothing
Yeah.
when you're retired. So
There's no point. It's boring.
No, that's something you got to go for always, you know? Because when you got money, you got time.
Correct.
You got many
That's-
things you don't need to worry about.
Yeah, but you also need, at least I always need some stimulation, something to do.
Well, yeah, I mean, you do something that you want to do
Yeah.
instead of worrying
Yeah,
about
no, I
going
mean,
to
we
work.
are not saying like somebody's gonna
Yeah,
just
I mean, you will have somebody
watch
that,
TV
you will have
every
some,
day.
Yeah, you have someone that makes your food, someone that washes your car, somebody that cleans
Yeah.
the house. I mean, all these things you're not gonna do anymore because like
correct,
you're
because you can afford.
you're well off.
Yeah.
You're off and off. There will be some things that you still want to do, but like
Yeah,
that will
Definitely.
free you up so much time.
I agree.
Yeah. So you want to jump into our topics today?
Yeah, definitely.
So we got many topics today because I was doing.
I'm not sure if we can touch them all.
I think we must because they're all good. I can give you one of mine and we can.
Well, I have
Change.
3. Yeah, we'll. We'll see.
So I have 4 because
you have
I
four.
could not let go about the missing F-35. It was
Yeah.
huge
That was a big
yesterday.
news yesterday.
So there's this F-35 jet that was lost like throughout the weekend.
Okay.
And I wanted to cover the story because I think it's really, really interesting. And so I got this from...
Did they find it in California or where?
No. In I think it was South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
So the Lockheed Martin made F-35 fifth generation fighters are among the world's most advanced stealth aircraft. They're used by the US Marine Corps as well as by the British Royal Air Force and Italy's Air Force and can take off in very short distances or vertically.
That's fun. That's fun.
Each F-35 comes with a price tag in the region of $80 million.
Wow.
So for one.
Crazy.
The aircraft is stealth, so it has different coatings and different designs that make it more difficult than a normal aircraft to detect. Now, the jet transponder, which could help officials find the aircraft, was not working for some reason that they haven't yet determined. The US military has asked members of the public to cooperate with military and civilian authorities as the effort continues. Now, so far has been found, but this is the original article.
Okay.
And to contact the Base Defense Operations Center with any information that may help us recover the F-35. The debris was discovered Monday evening, about 2 hours northeast of Joint Base Charleston, an air base in North Charleston, officials said, without providing further details. The pilot was able to safely eject from the aircraft. An F-35B Lightning II jet was taken to a local medical center in stable condition, the pilot.
Okay.
And there is another instance where they speak. So it was flying. The transponder that is like, in order to find the plane on a radar, the transponder is on. So the transponder turned off, or I don't know if the pilot turned it off, and then he ejected, and the plane kept on going.
Because like they have this autopilot which can go.
And he had the autopilot too.
It can go and go.
So it says here that something similar happened. Where is this? A fighter aircraft continuing on in the skies after the pilot has ejected is not unprecedented. In 1989, a Soviet MiG-23 crashed in Belgium after flying hundreds of miles from where the pilot had ejected over Poland.
Okay.
That's insane.
Wow.
From Belgium to Poland. From Poland to Belgium. That's a lot.
That's
So
pretty much whole Europe.
Yeah, and then the Washington Post said that for about 24 hours, responders weren't sure where the plane ended up. And that's my thing. Like, how can you ask the public help us locate? It's a stealth aircraft.
Plus
So,
you have all those technologies.
we don't have the capabilities to. We can just look around in the sky, but you're like the Department of Defense.
You have all like radars.
But you cannot find it with radar.
It's bullshit.
So that's insane. And they call it the mishap. So the mishap is currently under investigation. We are unable to provide additional details to preserve the integrity of the investigative process. And so that's what I found that information, because I wanted to see how long was the top speed of this plane and for how long can it potentially go. The top speed of an F-35 is 1,200 miles per hour.
Wow.
Or 1.6.
Imagine being the pilot.
Or Mach 1.6. It's like almost time will have the speed of sound.
Wow.
And it can reach this speed in just 16 seconds.
Wow.
The jet's powerful Pratt & Whitney F-135 engine makes this impressive speed possible. The combination of the state-of-the-art technology in the jet, including its jet engines and aerodynamics, enables it to such exceptional speed while staying safely within the sound barrier.
But imagine what your health must be like when you are the pilot of this.
Well, they get like a G-force every time with the acceleration.
Yeah, but
there will be many times your body weight, so you feel like crushed. And they wear special suits to pump the blood.
That's ridiculous.
To actually compress the blood to let the blood circulate toward the brain.
That's all crazy.
Otherwise they pass out.
Uh-huh.
So the range of the F-35 is guess how long can this go? 1,900 miles.
Yeah, that's
Like almost 2,000 miles. It can fly. So another critical factor is the remarkable range. The jet can travel up to 1,900 miles when refueled in the air with a total fuel capacity of 18,250 pounds. This excellent range makes the jet suitable for deployments for over long distances, enabling it to reach distant destinations without needing to refuel mid-flight.
it's an incredible machine.
Yeah, and the F-35's low acoustic signature and stealth capabilities make it extremely difficult to detect on enemy surveillance equipment, giving it a significant advantage. Then this other thing that I was looking at, like, okay, so how much does this thing really cost, the program, to run this whole infrastructure?
What is that?
The F-35, most expensive U.S. weapons program ever, is projected to cost $400 billion in development and acquisition, plus an additional $1.2 trillion to operate and maintain the fleet for more than 60 years. Each jet can cost more than $160 million, depending on the variant, because you have variants like A, B, and C, like the Marine Corps has the B. Because Marine Corps does this, they attack most of the time from the sea, and they go on ships with the Navy.
Okay.
So they need to have a vertical takeoff, and
That's
just
great technology. But overall, like when you see even the regular planes, like all those Boeing 787, this is crazy, like how much it costs. And like usually airlines, they have like a payment for that because those are hundreds of millions for the machine.
Oh yeah, no, they buy them from Boeing or the company. They'll just say like they would need like 15 or 16 for their fleet, and they might retire.
Imagine how much money is that?
They might retire some. When I was married to a Marine, my ex-wife was a Marine, and she was working on the Harrier. So the Harrier is the previous version of the F-35.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever watched the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, True Life? No, True Lies. True Lies.
I don't remember.
So Arnold Schwarzenegger, I fell in love with that plane looking at that movie. So vertical takeoff, originally created by it was an English plane, and has done so many missions, plane, and it's still going, and it's really effective and proven aircraft. But you need to modernize your capabilities so that you get stealth 5th generation and that plane is fucking insane.
I guess.
It's like you got everything, like on the visor of the pilot can see all the stats.
Yeah, totally.
Like
I watch many videos on YouTube, like POV, when the guy is the pilot, and I play many computer games with the.
Yeah, well, I guess
that's got me into.
I guess computer games are different than reality.
Yeah, they are. But you still like.
But that, to me, the power of a country, like other than thermonuclear bombs, that's the most,
that's for sure.
That's the highest,
the highest power. Yeah,
I think that's the top of the technological development.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's just insane. Like a deadly machine. You may need like 10 of those to conquer a country or something. That's insane power. Power. Yeah,
totally. That's just crazy.
Well,
so
that's what all the taxpayers' money goes. It's the military,
among other things.
The annual military budget is about $856 billion. Wow. B with a B per year.
That's crazy.
We spend most, like, I don't know, I've heard like we spend as much as the second, like 20 combined countries.
And imagine that people could avoid all those problems just being nice to each other. You know?
That's a really naive statement.
I know.
Because every country tries to screw another country around, but yes.
And that's why all this bullshit is happening.
That's what I think.
Because people are hungry of more.
Yeah.
More.
Okay, but let me
even if they're the biggest.
Yeah, let me tell you something. But historically, it's always been the case. In a finite world where resources are finite, it means that there's so much of it. what are you gonna do? People want monopoly over those resources. So what do they want to do? They want to conquer the country, like the Roman Empire, like spread out, conquer wars, unlimited wars, to find new territories, to become bigger, to become rich, to get more resources.
Yeah.
Same thing. What's the resource today? Energy, like oil, so
For sure.
cobalt, like, batteries, so these are the kinds of things, natural gas, all these things. And of course, power, influence. I mean, you got some psychos they're really
They're
hungry for power.
Correct. Even if they're huge, they want to be
And
bigger.
most of the time, the government doesn't really reflect what the people really need.
Yeah.
They have their own agenda, and that's what I found. There is a disconnect between those people and the reality that we face.
Yeah,
Because-
they have different feelings. They have, I guess, if you're in power, it's like something you want more and more.
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah. That's true. And then you got something like the military-industrial complex.
Yeah.
That is like these industries, companies that they live on making more deadlier weapons each year, and to advance technology and to push the envelope of development on killing people. So if you create such weapons, well, what do? You need war in order to create such weapons, and you need influence, and you need the politician to help you out pass that reform that you need to favor your industry because you want to stay in business. And the same thing goes for big pharma and all that crap, those companies and stuff. So I don't know the answers.
It's all full of shit.
It is. Yeah, I don't know the answers, but there's a lot of interests that go beyond the good of the people.
Yeah.
So it's all
about money.
Oh yeah, influence,
money and power.
They go together.
I'm not surprised, because if they feel like power, they want to keep going.
But there's always been like few people that want to be the elite and they want to be in control of everything.
But I think it's kind of like natural people feeling.
Is the natural thing, you say?
Because even if you like go and there's a company and somebody, it's like a president, of course he feels the power, he's in charge, so he feels proud of that, and he can use some people. Isn't it like that? Like the big corporations.
What do you mean use some people? What do you mean?
Like use some people to do something and like promise
what?
them, hey, I'm gonna get you this and that if
well,
you do this.
The other thing is that since there is money in politics, I can help you get elected.
Yeah, politics.
And once you get elected, I help you get elected. Now, knock at the door a year later, say, hey, you remember it's me.
You owe me.
It's time we do something for this. So you're gonna vote yes, you're gonna vote no on this legislation, and you're gonna convince these other people. You're gonna convince that we need this. We're gonna scare the population and say, it's a fucking game.
So the TV series Suits, it's a lot of stuff like that.
It's a lot of fuckery.
Because they're all lawyers, so they talk to each other, favor all the presidents of the company. So it's how it works. I mean, so there's
it's a lot of favors and kissing ass to the top.
Yes. Yeah.
Riding the coattails of mentors, and then
I did this for you
stab him in the
now,
back.
And now I need to be name partner of your company because I did this for you. You owe me.
I think most of it is true in that.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it's really
people are people.
People are people with their faults, with their wants.
Yeah.
We're all human.
There is nothing wrong.
However, if you're chosen to be in a position of power, elected, I think you should be
responsible.
You should be, responsible is the minimum. You should be an example for the people, and you should be fighting for the people, not forgetting where you come from, and because you want to make the country better.
Definitely.
So, well, who are we? We are just two people talking at a camera, and We know
Couple
nothing.
people are
We know
watching
nothing
us.
of the real world, but
But
hey,
it doesn't mean that we cannot.
we have an opinion.
Yeah.
We have an opinion that
Who cares?
people might share or might not. But
Yeah.
hey, that's
And we need to respect others people's opinion.
of course.
And we have our own.
Yeah, I mean that's where conversation happens. That's where growth happens.
Yeah.
Because if I hear your point of view, you disagree with me, right?
Yeah.
But you don't disagree, you don't attack me personally. So what most people fail to understand is that we need to have a battle of ideas.
Correct.
So I disagree with what you said, I don't disagree with you.
Yeah, definitely.
So there's this thing that people most of the time do, ad hominem attacks.
Oh,
Ad hominem from Latin means to the man, to the
yeah.
person.
Personal attacks.
And to me, that's a really lack of maturity from the responder.
Yeah.
They say, oh, you're a piece of shit. Even if you disagree. Dude, you disagree with my idea. Like, okay, we want to have a civil conversation. You need to persuade me with your words, with
It's
your
a-
arguments, with your words saying, how can we do this better? And I can chip in
Correct.
and say, yeah, I disagree.
It's a great thing to disagree, especially like when we have difference of years, years, decades, right? So there's no way we are going to have the same exact opinion.
No, I'm
on
talking in
things.
general, not just you and me. You
Oh, I
what I'm saying?
know, but it's an example.
Well, everybody is different. Like,
Yeah,
for
it's-
example, well, we could be the same age, but I grew up in a different neighborhood than you did, and I had a different experience of life than
And
you
like
did.
in families, usually like people have different like opinions about like politics or something. But you need to respect people and
I mean,
just
my thing is like, how can you allow to break up a family
with like politics,
just because of politics?
even if
Like-
you're not in charge of that.
Oh yeah. Well, just that's called tribalism. When
Correct.
somebody want to be on my team, your team, this is a human thing. You're either with us,
That's crazy.
or against us.
Those so many families like broken because of the politics. But if you see,
Well, how many families broken because of COVID? Because those who wanted
Yeah.
to be vaccinated, those who didn't want to be
why
vaccinated.
people do that?
There's this thing like,
It's
hey,
beautiful
you're a
to
piece
have-
of shit if you don't believe what I believe, and that's
I learned that over the years. If you have different opinion than I have, I respect you. It's great. We can talk about it. I'm not gonna judge you. I'm not gonna
yeah, but I disagree.
throw you away.
But I disagree with you. And that's what advances the conversation, is not shutting down somebody because they think differently, because
They
if-
might be right.
No, because if I shut you down, it's over. There's nothing to grow or to learn from. It's just
Yeah.
my opinion. And people, most of the time, people feed on ideas that look like a lot like what they think. You know what I'm saying? Like I will look at news channels that will only encourage my point of view, so I feel better and better and better.
Yeah.
And whenever I see something that is different than what I do, I just say, that's a piece of shit. It's like, that doesn't matter, this and that. But you never grow like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, correct.
So if you immerse yourself in different opinions, different ideas, there are against your ideas. It's not against you, it's against your ideas.
Yeah.
You can reevaluate. You can change your mind. I mean, like, what the hell? You were not born with a stuck mind, or, like, you're made to change your mind. If our brains have plasticity that we can change,
Especially that
you can change.
our point of view changes from like sometimes we sympathize with like this party and then we change over the years.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
It's-
even like, okay, come on. You cannot think the same as when you were a
No,
teenager.
no.
It's
plus those people can do some bullshit in the meantime, so you can like walk away from that.
like what?
I don't know, like you believe in the party of politics A, and they did some bullshit and you're not proud of that, so you change your kind of like point of view, and then you support party number B. You know?
My thing is, don't support any specific political ideation or idea. Just keep your eyes open, and I don't know. You need to be able to distinguish between. You got to have a perception in the middle, I suppose.
Oh, definitely.
So you can see what both parties are doing and make up your mind in a way
Correct.
that, like, because there are extremes.
Get some average of that.
Yeah, there are extremes.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's some things that I like about this of the right. There's some things that I like about the left. Some things
Yeah.
I don't like about both, and this and that. And you just reason and you talk and you figure out, you make associations.
Make your own opinion.
And then you come up with your
Yeah.
own opinion. That's the thing. Because if you got to repeat what A and B are saying, it's like you're
Exactly.
screwed. You're screwed because at that point,
Exactly.
you're demonstrating that you're just somebody that repeats
Yeah.
stuff.
That's very
And you don't have your own opinions or your own ideas.
that's very smart, and I agree.
Yeah.
So,
So what you got?
what I got plenty. I don't know which one to start. Let me start with I'm very into social media and all that stuff around.
Yeah.
So
that's your generation.
That's
thing.
my generation thing. Plus, I
Social
was
media.
into that for years,
Yeah.
and I know bunch about that as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I have TikTok slapped with 368 million fine over child privacy violations. But there's also just jumping to kind of similar topic. Today in Australia, the government filed something against the dating apps. All the dating apps that they will restrict them in Australia if they don't change like the privacy of the people, because they found out that over the last like 8 years there was so many violation and like abusing of the people. So maybe they will try to require from the apps to like keep an eye on that and bring some safety features. So it's like pretty much similar to that. It says one of the most concerning revelation was that TikTok's profile settings for child users account defaulted to public visibility, making all posted content visible to anyone within and outside the platform. TikTok's family pairing feature, which was also under scrutiny, was also found to be faulty, as it is allowed non-child users who could not verify their status as parents or guardians to link their accounts with those of minors aged 16 or above. This raised serious concerns about potential risk to child users, as the non-child user gained the ability to enable direct messages. And you know that in social media, in the DMs, you can, if you are the child, some bullshit people are texting you, anyone can text you.
We should have like the only people from a certain age. Well, if I would saying this, so some people from a certain age can contact you, but what if some psycho registered himself with a 12-year-old as a 12-year-old, and then he messages you?
There's no way out.
There's no way out. No.
TikTok also failed to provide adequate transparency information to its young users, thus hindering their ability to fully comprehend the platform's data processing practices. Additionally, the DPC found that TikTok employed dark patterns during the registration process and while posting videos, nudging the users towards selecting options that compromise their privacy. In response to this troubling findings, the Irish data privacy regulator imposed an administrative fine of 345 million euros on TikTok, which is this $368, citing the privacy breaches identified during the investigations. I think it's a good thing to punish them, like Facebook was punished. Google had this story because they're all about making money.
Can you hold that thought? I have to go pee.
Okay.
That really surprised you, sir.
Then I will have to cut it.
No, we can keep on talking.
Yeah, so you will be back. I think it's weird talking alone, but I think all the social media are crazy, you know? The TikTok, they all want your time. They want to kind of, I don't know, I used to like the world without social media more, even though I love social media. But you need to understand that there's a lot of shit in social media. There is a lot of dangerous people. So you need to have your own mind in social media and make sure that you have control over that and don't. Oh, hi. It was quick.
Hey.
It's weird talking to.
Just talking to the camera by yourself?
Yeah.
Well,
I
I'm
didn't
back.
do it for a while.
I'm back. Let's drink some water. See, I just went pee and now I'm drinking some water.
And then you'll go again. It is what it is, right?
No, it's not what it is, but my bladder, it is what it is.
Apparently.
So
what
yeah,
I'm saying.
so social media, okay.
Do you like social media?
It depends. It's good to connect people, and it made some good things and bad things.
Correct.
More connectivity, more advertisement, free advertisement possibilities, more communication, but it made people too much eager to follow success.
Don't you
real-
think that it destroyed the people's connections over the years?
Yeah, so we're more.
That's what I don't like about
We're
it.
more connected, but we're more alone at the same time.
That's what I feel.
And where people post their best selves, and when you look at the pictures of your friends and stuff, and you see, oh man, this guy is always like on vacation, like
It's all bullshit
always
usually.
here and there. There's many people fake that, fake status, fake wealth,
Oh, like the
fake what they've been on vacation.
The-
There was a story of this guy once. It was that in Italy or somewhere? So this guy, he said he was on a vacation, and there was just all these pictures of him, like under the palm tree, on the beach, this and that. And the dude was at home for a whole 2 weeks.
yeah.
So it was just faking the whole
Well,
thing.
The same with the story. You need to watch this documentary, Tinder Swindler, as I told
Yeah,
you
you
about.
told me that already.
It's the same. The same pretty much. The guy fakes everything and got like millions of dollars from people.
Yeah, but I think TikTok brought a new level of new level of problems with social media.
Especially with young kids, because
Well,
some
because
parents
do you
are
know
gi-
how many TikTok millionaires are there? You know,
I guess many.
and then everybody started chasing the followers. You know, until everybody starts making stupid videos. Okay, the thing that really think about China. So we know there is a Chinese app.
Yeah.
We know that in the terms of services, it's written that they will have control of your personal information, your pictures, your contacts, and everything. And still, people have it installed on their phones.
Most of the people.
The other thing is that in China is different. In China, they promote academic achievement, athletic achievement. Like they used TikTok for good things, and plus there's a timer on video games and social media apps because they don't want their kids to get too much obsessed. I would say on obsessed is a kind word too on the social media platform. For us, we have more freedom, of course, and what we see, it's stupid things. We see women asking husbands how often they think about the Roman Empire, this latest trend. Or the moms that crack the egg on the head of the kids. It's like such a stupid trend, such a stupid thing. You
That's
know?
why
It's like-
I went on TikTok, but I never really got into. So
yeah, I'm not.
I don't feel that, especially that I was born and like I still had some time without social media.
You were born in it.
Not really. I was born in the middle of the road. So I still remember like friends coming over, like knock to the door. Hey, let's go play soccer.
You know, I think I'm thinking about that movie. What was it? The Christopher Nolan Batman. The latest, The Dark Knight, with Bane. That guy with the mask.
Yeah.
You know, and the guy who makes the voice like this.
Okay.
You fight in the darkness. I was born in it. You know, and that's what made me sad. Like,
That was a good movie.
So you're born in it, in social media,
Yeah,
basically.
kind of.
So, well, but the thing is, like, it's the attention. Like, those things are alive just because of the attention span. And then guess what? We bitch about surveillance the whole time, but then guess what? We give freely our information to a social media app. What do? They make money on you, on me,
Yeah.
on everybody else. They sell.
They
our,
know- they know what you
sell our-
like.
they sell our information to
Obviously,
to
like
third-party companies.
You know what? Like you have those ads on your phone, and let's say you want to buy something, and like when you type it in the browser, then everywhere it is like ads, all social media.
But even
Because
if you
it's all
talk, even
yeah,
my thing is, even if you talk about something,
Correct.
it will show up
yeah.
because the algorithm is got so much way ahead of us.
That's why they use your microphone, they use your camera, they have access to everything because they want to know everything about you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad.
And strangely, and that's what one thing though, as an adult, I started having Facebook when I was in my early 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was
I had
just,
Facebook when I was 9.
it was just coming out. And to my good advantage is that I don't have much of my dumbest years, of the dumbest things that I ever did, posted on Facebook.
Okay.
Not like today's kids that have all their life on it already, you know?
Correct.
So if you go, people can go back in the past and even be bad, demonize you, saying like, hey, you were a piece of shit when you were 12, 13, 14, 15. You wrote this, you know?
Mhm. They show you
And
that.
they really like...
They
will
use it against you.
Exactly. They will judge you.
I know. Yeah.
That's why
Many celebrities had that.
my thing is that I'm telling my kids, I will give you a phone for peace of mind. I will have control over what you install on the phone. You have screen time. That's another reason why I like the Apple phone, because I have control over whatever they see. And I said, you will not have any social media until you're 18.
Okay.
Because you don't know what you're doing. And this is like...
Good.
This is an iron law that we stipulated that said,
Nice.
if you cannot stand this, you're 9 and 12. You're not able to deal with that crap. And I don't want you to be exposed to any of it, you know?
Yeah. Good.
If you cannot deal with it, I'll take away your phones. You just say nothing, or you just guys gonna have a flip phone, you know?
Mhm. Good.
So
Very
that's
good.
the thing.
What social media do you use every day?
Every day, X. I just post one thing every day.
Okay.
Just one post every day.
You mean Twitter?
Former Twitter, X.
I can't.
I just post one thing and scroll down, retweet something that I'm interested in.
Okay.
Like exercise things or sports. Sometimes I post things about my life.
But I would
something that
honestly,
like.
to the social media definition, include Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube,
YouTube for sure.
because those are like also like
Even you know, what's that one that you can find a job with?
what is that? Indeed?
Not Indeed. It's kind of a social media app.
Oh, LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
I used to have it.
I have that too.
Yeah.
It was just like something.
But it's bullshit. Like
It is.
all the posts are like
It
fake.
is. It is. And plus, there's a paid version and a lock for this.
Oh,
a lock
yeah.
For that. So it's
Gold. Yeah. I don't use Twitter. I don't use Facebook anymore. I personally use only Instagram and YouTube. I like Instagram. I know that they're getting all my information.
Yeah,
But
but
it's-
you don't want to use social media to.
But all friends, they have those stories
Okay.
over there.
Yeah, there's one important thing that I want to say about this though.
What is that?
When you read social media, you immerse yourself every day into what other people think. It's like junk food for your mind.
What do you mean?
You take in so many different opinions, good and bad, but stupid, wise, you know, a mix of it. And I think that's junk food for your mind. So you need to be
social
able,
media overall,
social
yeah.
media, yeah, you need to be able to filter that.
Yeah,
And
definitely. I mean,
And-
especially on platforms like
But-
Twitter, right? Because
Yeah, my
it's
thing-
like specified to like write the
But
text.
now they have the unlimited scrolling function everywhere. And
Mm-hmm.
if you think about it, another thing that we were talking about, like these kids, they're growing up with like Twitter. We have a number of characters that we write because I have the free version. I don't have the membership. If you have the membership, you can write longer posts. And then what are we doing to these kids? They have shorter and shorter attention spans because
Yeah.
they're going on these. They're just living on from these shorts.
30 seconds
30
short.
second shorts at a time, you know.
Correct. That's what
And
I'm saying. Like,
that's conditioning you to like messing up your dopamine levels, your pleasure, you know.
That
like,
was my
Oh, the next
concern.
video. Oh, the novelty, you know, going down.
that
down,
was
down.
my concern with like, because I love movies and going to movie theater and all the vibe around creating movies. So I'm wondering like what's gonna be in like 20 years when all those kids born in TikTok will be like the prime like target for the companies making movies in the movie theater for 2 hours. How they're gonna
It changes everything because like what you notice with modern movies is that like you get catching attention like continuously, stimulus here,
Yeah.
the beginning, boom, the
and
big
you get
thing,
more like
and it has to go like a ascending thing, like where you need to be excited more and more and more, and your attention, there's no more importance to the
the
story.
algorithm is giving you like
No,
more crazy.
There's no story, no more storytelling.
Yeah,
There's no
like
there's no
there is
like
a-
the structure of the movie, of the story doesn't flow.
you wait.
There's no
the same with
meaning.
TV series. You
Yeah.
wait until there's a moment, then the finish, then the next season. You're waiting for more and more. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's just an attention catching
Or
thing,
like-
or like look, the overuse of CGI,
Yeah.
or people that don't really die when they get a
You see what
a
happened
giant
to
wound
Fast
or
and Furious TV the series of the movies.
I got lost. After
Used to be so fun, so nice, but then they brought all those CGI, all those crashing
big-
cars,
so all the
flying.
all the enemies became friends, you know,
Bullshit.
ganging against another enemy. I don't know how many times the word family said in it.
Oh.
I mean-
I go every year to the movie theater to watch it, but it's going gross and gross. Like all the cars are flying
In space.
space soon. So it's Star Wars coming soon to the Fast and Furious. But the one thing I wanted to say is one of the, I think maybe the most famous guy on TikTok. Do you know the guy who he got famous not saying anything? He's from
Kaby
Lame.
Lame.
he's Italian or French?
Yeah, it's Italian.
So he just like watched the video and then he shows easier way.
I don't think he's the number one. I think he's the number one.
I think
He has
he's like
millions.
millions. Like he's kind
He's-
of like TikTok Mr. Beast.
Yep, he started very early. Too.
That's crazy.
So can we move on? And so it's still related to tech and related to Europe.
Oh, hell
So far, Europe has a disappointment with the rights on social media, as you have said. And this is big. All smartphones, including iPhones, must have replaceable batteries by 2027 in the EU.
So is this confirmed?
It is. So let's see here. Let's read it.
Oh, Mashable. Okay, that's a good
Mashable.
story. That's a good,
Yeah.
good thing.
From Mashable.com. The European Union is officially requiring all smartphones to have replaceable batteries by 2027. The regulation is designed to reduce waste and break up monopolistic practices from tech companies like Apple, Samsung, and Google that make it difficult to replace parts without having to buy a new brand phone. I agree 100%.
So there's the thing, like with my phone, I like it a lot, but the battery kind of got worse. So it's been 2 years, and I was thinking like, hey, maybe I would change the battery, but then I need to go to the shop, wait, pay more. Like it would be so much easier like years ago when you just order a new battery on Amazon
And you just do yourself.
and just put it. That would be great.
And this is what this is all about.
Yeah, but there's plenty of disadvantages. You go ahead.
This is a big win for the right to repair movement. While it only applies to the EU, the regulation has global ramifications since it would make sense to make two different smartphones, one for Europe and one for everywhere else. Regulation will likely impact the global market, changing the design of smartphones for all users. The EU passed a regulation in 2022 requiring iPhones to have a USB-C port, which will
that's why they changed.
That's why they changed
Correct.
it. Smartphones must be removable and replaceable by the end user, meaning it must be easy to replace a battery without any kind of technical expertise. Manufacturers have until 2027 to adapt the design of their smartphones in order to comply with the EU law. The regulation applies to all batteries, including those in the EV and e-bikes, in the hopes of creating a circular economy where waste batteries can be recycled and reused to power electronics. The regulation includes a requirement for smartphones manufacturers to collect 50% of lithium from waste batteries by 2027 and ramps up by 80% by 2031. Manufacturers will also be required to label batteries with its internal components, amount of recycled material, and QR code. So within 5 years, you'll finally be able to replace your battery hassle-free. This is great news. The right to
some point.
The right to repair, it's fantastic. I agree. If you want to buy a new model, you go ahead. I want to keep my phone as long as I can. Software will change. So right now, they will screw you over on battery life because you can still get some updates on new smartphones.
Like we got yesterday iOS 17, the new one.
Yeah. So battery life will be somehow magically, I think it's like a big thing to ask yourself, like, why is my battery life going down? Because the new phone is coming out. And then
they can do everything they want.
But we know that Apple has some shady practices in there's no right to repair, because even if you change the camera from one phone to another one, it will tell you that it doesn't work for their phone, and it says that there's a different kind of hardware inside, and it will jeopardize the function of it. And that's the things that I don't like. Because
but they also keep an eye on the privacy. So
what do you mean?
Like let's say iPhone is all closed because it's giving you like a safety when you lose your iPhone.
And I don't get that.
Like let's say somebody will steal my phone.
Yeah.
There's not really a way to like steal information inside.
Yeah, but you're talking about like software information, personal information that is inside the phone. Yes. I'm talking about the right to repair. Like if you got a small button that doesn't work, the button costs $10-15 to repair in real life. But Apple tells you that
this device is not supported.
That it will cost $500, but you can buy a new one for $800.
Yeah.
So what they do, they take the phone, they'll fix it for $15, and they resell it on the market for
sure. I mean,
and that's how much they make.
They're not angels. Like the same when they were bringing the new iPad, and they were trying to sell it, so they changed also port USB. They changed this and that, just little changes to like say, hey, this is worth to buy, which is not. But I understand your point of view.
I mean, if you're a cultist meaning like if Apple for you is your identity, because that's what most people identify with brands and make it like
for sure.
And make it like a cult, like almost like a religion. Like every year I gotta go buy the Apple phone because I'm an Apple customer. I have the Apple stock. I believe in Apple as a company. It's part of my identity. And there's people that do that.
For sure. Yeah.
And they will not buy anything else other than that, and they will bitch about Android and other systems because they're just interested in that. Okay, for those people, they will go and buy their device every year, no matter what. So they don't want to put the battery, the changeable battery. Yeah. The other challenge that I've seen is that most phones are dustproof and waterproof.
That's the problem.
But I'm pretty sure they can come up with an engineering solution. You're talking about a $3 trillion company.
But the other thing is if they want to.
Well,
you know.
They would do something on reducing updates, I think, at that point, because
Hopefully.
they will say like we will have limits on updates.
Because that will be a great change. I mean, that's what we used to have. And I remember I had the old phones and I just went to the store and buy a new battery.
All the phones that I had at the beginning, they had
Yeah, that was a
removable
great thing.
The problem is nowadays comes to the deterioration of the software, of the speed, the processing speed. That's the only thing. The refresh rate, that's the only thing that I can think of. Like, I'm a dummy in phone technology, but like I can still go around and see like, okay, screen resolution, cameras, how much megapixels.
But the other thing is, as you said, the software, it can change a lot. Like, you can have Xiaomi, which now is even more expensive than Apple. But they have like this hundreds.
I don't know if it's more expensive.
Yeah,
than Apple.
the newest Xiaomi, it's over $1,000. I can double check what's the exact price. But what I was saying, like they have like 148 megapixels of camera, but for some reason, some of the pictures are worse than like 28 megapixels in iPhone or Samsung because the software.
Well, the other thing, okay, you're making a freaking titanium phone. Okay,
Let me check the price.
I'm talking about Apple.
Yeah.
With the latest iPhone 15.
Okay.
You're making a titanium phone.
Okay.
And that's supposed to be durable. Okay. The screen. What kind of glass did they put on?
A Gorilla. I don't.
Something that is really like long lasting and everything, right?
Yeah.
If you put a case on that baby and you put a screen protector, that thing can easily last you 4 years. I believe that. Like,
That's what I have.
Because it's like,
I broke this one year ago and I just changed the screen protector.
yeah, and that's the thing. Like, why would you make a I don't know, a titanium phone if you wouldn't say that your product is durable? Instead of of course, every year you gotta make a new phone because that's your flagship item, other than, you know, laptop and other things. But like, yeah, it's crazy. It's I don't know.
It's all focused on money.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the capitalist mentality. That's the only thing, you know. Every year you gotta do something better. The investors want to see that stock rise. They want to see the company successful, you know.
Correct.
And
You cannot stop doing that.
Progress. That's what it is. It's progress.
Yeah,
you know?
you cannot stop doing.
But I guess to what point would the iPhone 20 would be?
20?
Yeah, like
Wait,
the 25. Like, what kind of novelties will they add? That's
Wait,
my
so you
curiosity.
said 5 models from now.
Yeah.
5 models. So let's say 5 models back then.
I told you if it doesn't make coffee, it's not.
So wait, now we have 15. So 5 models before was X, 10, X. The phone I had before, before this one.
Yeah.
Not many things changed.
Not many things. It's a poor record.
Not many. So I don't think many things will change next 5 years. Maybe 10 years.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe they will bring the foldable.
I don't know. You can just change the design. How much can you go with processing speed?
So there is a pattern. Like when you had iPhone 4, for example, there was like square, right? Then iPhone 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, they were, you know, rounded. iPhone,
Well, yeah,
iPhone 12 came with the square again.
Then with the notch.
Then 15 came with the round, and they're going back and forth. I know it's bullshit, but what we can do.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not gonna buy the new one now.
What about the charger? I'm really grateful that they changed the charger thing. It's like, you need a universal charger for each phone, because otherwise it's so crazy.
It's great, correct.
Yeah, that's
it's a great change.
And even the thing, like, if just think about it. Okay, we want to do something for the environment. I'm all for it.
But you know,
less electronic,
it's all bullshit.
less
You know why?
electronic waste.
Because they don't want to attach like this little thing to the power. You know what I mean? In the box, you're getting just the cable and the phone, not like this little piece.
Yeah.
So they want to save environment, but they want you to buy this and send you separate package.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's all bullshit.
It is to some extent. Yeah,
That's
it
why
is.
I'm not like a fanboy, like just supporting them all the time. I like this brand I use because they're just great phones, but I'm gonna give them shit anyway because they're doing many stupid things.
Yeah, of course, they're a corporation, so their goal is
And
to
there's
make
nothing
money.
we can do.
Yeah. So what's your next story here? We still got like a lot of tech covering up today.
Yeah, so I have it's a story about Netflix and other streaming platforms killing people. I mean, killing the idea of sharing password.
Okay, you gotta watch out there, bro.
Too late. So, sharing a password with your friends when they don't live, when they don't with them together, is very common.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, many people did that, but Netflix came along that, and they said, "Stop! We want your money." So
Yeah.
they on Netflix. There's right now no way that you like live far
But
away.
other companies are doing that.
Yeah,
too,
Disney, and I saw Paramount is Peacock thinking about that. So it's all
though.
coming
Even
to
ESPN, they all
Yes,
want to do
correct.
that. But
I
there's
think-
a risk. There's a risk that people may disengage. They might not want to pay for the extra membership unless you do something different. The problem is now that all streaming platforms are increasing their price. Take, for example, I have Spotify.
Uh-huh.
And Spotify was $9.99 a month. Now
Mhm.
is like almost 12, 11
Oh.
something.
So it's
Plus taxes, it would be
really.
like, but you can do family for 15, I think.
Yeah, but
But still,
the
it's
family needs to live
Yeah,
with your
it's-
home.
it's like, yeah, I don't know. And the thing is that they're gonna,
So Apple Music, it's less expensive than.
yeah, but the thing is, what does this say here? By this time next year, you could be paying a lot more to binge watch your favorite shows. See, in May, Netflix issued an ultimatum to freeloaders. Pony up an additional monthly fee to continue sharing the account or buy your own. And now CEO Bob Iger says Disney is following Netflix lead. So, yeah, because the other thing is that Disney is losing streamers. Say Disney can't afford to continue to lose billions on streaming. It announced price hikes for Disney Plus and Hulu and plans to crack down on password sharing. Can I be honest here? It's not like Disney is doing some great shows, to be honest.
You remember I had the Disney Plus,
Yeah.
but then I canceled, and like a couple days ago I got the email.
The superhero brand, it's tanking.
No,
It's going. It's
no.
the superhero movies had a long run for the last 20 years,
Mhm.
10 years solid for good, but then start going down, and then Disney adopted a different agenda, pushing different political ideologies, and people started disengaging more and more and more.
Yeah.
So and of course the quality is always is going down, and most people don't like what they see.
I don't like Disney shows, the new ones. I only had Disney to like just look on the older shows.
Mm-hmm.
I used to watch when I was younger, but there was just a second, and
I have
just got
I have
bored.
Amazon Prime.
Oh, you watch
it's-
it?
Sometimes still
Yeah.
holding on, but it's not. I mean,
I have it too, but I mostly for deliveries. I don't really. There was the TV show Jack Reacher.
oh yeah,
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Have you watched that?
yeah.
That's a really good show.
Yeah,
Really nice.
that's a nice show that you have.
I'm waiting for the second.
There are books. There's a lot of books.
Yeah. I'm
from
waiting
Jack
for
Reacher.
the second season.
Season 2?
Yeah,
yeah.
it's coming, but it's been a while.
That's supposed to come out. I think. So initially they did the movies with Tom Cruise with Jack Reacher, but the description of the character itself did not show in the choice of the actor in Tom Cruise, because Tom Cruise is smaller.
Yeah, this guy it's
And-
really tall. And
Yeah,
like,
and he's jacked as hell. Yeah.
hell yeah.
Yeah, really jacked.
Good for him.
He really fits the role. The role.
Yeah,
of that.
but he's like so tall. Like, ooh.
Yeah. So we're gonna go with our next story.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about Messi. Messi.
Lionel Messi.
Lionel from Argentina.
Argentina. Soy
What-
soy de Argentina.
So de Argentina.
Soy de Barcelona.
Yeah. What Messi's MLS, Apple, Adidas deal means for everyone else. So Messi coming to Miami put in motion a different kind of money and influence going around
Hell
because
yeah.
he really shook the MLS.
It's the power
The Major
of
League
his
Soccer.
brand.
Yes. The moment seven-time Ballon d'Or winner Lionel Messi announced he would head to the US to begin his MLS career, the Messi effect immediately took hold. Inter Miami CF's social media following exploded. Ticket prices skyrocketed. Upcoming fixtures sold out, and all before he even signed the contract. Would just offering money be enough to woo a player who ranked second in 2023 on Forbes' list in the world's highest paid athletes at 130 million? What else can he bring to the table? You know, if we think about it, the deal, unique in its structure, raises interesting questions about revenue splits for superstar athletes and the cascading impacts on media rights negotiation. According to Sportico, Messi's 2.5-year deal with Miami is worth up to 150 million total from his salary, signing bonus, and equity in the team.
It's crazy.
Yeah, ESPN confirmed that part of the ongoing discussion is a cut of revenue from new subscribers on Apple's TV MLS Season Pass streaming service. The subscription service on Apple TV Plus was launched earlier this year when MLS, a fairly young and innovating league, and Messi, one of the sporting greats, are uniquely positioned assets in their own way as parties to deal with this scope. Apple and MLS kicked off their $2.5 billion decade-long media rights partnership. Wow. And then Lionel Messi drove 288,000 subscription to Apple TV Plus MLS season add-on on the first month only on the league. And if you want to talk about tickets, that's something insane.
I've heard they increased to like at least 500, 6 up to 1,000.
Yeah, and they used to cost $90. So
Yeah.
when Messi and Inter Miami came to Los Angeles to play against the LA Galaxy, tickets on StubHub were selling for at least 558 on Friday afternoon,
Yeah.
up from 450 on Wednesday. One pair of seats close to the field that had been listed Thursday
Those are probably like thousands.
at more than $36,000 was sold by
Oh.
Friday.
Shoot.
Another pair of seats, not quite as good, was available for $96,000 on Friday. A ticket to an average game typically costs $95.
That's ridiculous.
And guess what they're saying? They're saying that they're finding new angles and spaces to fill up the stadium, to monetize this huge thing. So Messi has a deal with Adidas. Messi has a deal
Always.
with Apple. Messi has a deal with Inter Miami as an owner. So it was not just money. The guy is close to...
It's all about this stuff around.
Yeah, I mean, for him...
Especially that he's older.
Yeah, for him was more of a new adventure. So it was like a publicity stunt, more advertisement to bring more awareness to the MLS and to boost Inter Miami, for sure.
Yeah.
And when people ask me the question, Messi or Ronaldo, I am, even if Messi won more Ballon d'Or and he won the World Cup, he won everything at this point, Messi.
Correct.
I still think Cristiano Ronaldo has had a different career, that he experienced different countries, soccer in different countries.
Yeah.
So he's played in England, he won.
Italia.
He's played in Spain, he won Real Madrid,
Yeah.
Manchester United, Real Madrid,
Juventus.
Juventus. And then now he moved to
Arabia. Al Nasr.
Al Nasr. Yep.
Al Nasr.
So, and he has another juicy deal with them too, because they made him, after he finished playing, he's going to be ambassador for the league.
He's set.
He's set.
He's set.
He's set. So it's great. You know, I heard the popping noise in the
Headphones?
in the headphones like a couple of times. So I don't know.
It's probably just the cable. because I didn't hear anything. So
Okay.
maybe just a
Yeah, it
cable
was
here.
like 2 or 3 times.
Oh yeah, but it's
But-
fine now.
Yeah,
Okay.
but like what I think is like, yeah, Messi's he's a great player. Another thing that struck me is that Barcelona was in financial troubles because there's so much debt a couple of years back before he moved to PSG. There was no way he could stay for the team, and that's the place where he grew up as a small kid. He grew up in Barcelona. He grew up in the cantera, where he developed, and he
Yeah.
became one of the greatest players in the world. And I still think, though, they're both great players. So if you say Messi or Ronaldo,
For me, always
know.
was Ronaldo.
Ronaldo,
Yeah, always like his style.
yeah, he's.
I know
really-
he's a bitch, but he's like.
No, he's a strong guy. Come on.
I know,
He's-
but the
What do you
bitch
mean?
in the
What do you
meaning
mean?
like he's can like I'm the best.
But he has
He
like
is- he is-
it's his mentality.
I know,
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
the guy is.
But I respect him. Like,
well, just look at Ibrahimovic.
oh yeah, this guy.
Like Ibrahimovic is even worse. Like he's really like
he's such a
crazy
guy.
Like he thought he was the king. You know?
Uh-huh.
And then the other thing
I've heard there was like he bought the church and they changed to some. I don't. There was many crazy
I don't
stories
know. He's
with
40 now. I think he's
Ibra.
retired.
But last season he played in
He-
Milano.
He was in the best shape of his life when he used to play for Juventus. That guy was super strong. And I see Erling Haaland.
Haaland.
Yep.
He's
I see-
22.
Yeah, I see a lot of him, like Ibrahimovic. So what I think is like the MLS has really global recognition now, just because Messi is in it.
Yeah.
And you can have just like a superstar where he can
Correct.
change the dynamics of even the expose American soccer
Definitely.
or football to the world.
He did a great thing. But I think Messi and Ronaldo together, they changed the soccer world forever. And I don't think there's going to be anyone who will make the same story. You know? They were all, like, there was a vibe. Messi versus Ronaldo, Barcelona, Real Madrid, El Clásico. That was just
It was epic.
something epic. Something, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. Because
I
you
know-
have many great players.
Yeah, well,
Haaland.
I don't know. Like when I grew up in Italy, we had like the best of the best. I mean, Italy won the 2006 World Cup, and was it in Germany or in France? I think it was
2006 is Germany.
Germany. In
Yeah?
Germany, yeah, it was like insane. We had the best players in every role.
You know who's my favorite
Buffon,
Italian?
Cannavaro, Zambrotta,
Francesco Totti.
Camoranesi,
He's-
Totti, Del Piero,
Totti.
Gilardino.
His
You got everything.
Whole career in Roma.
Yeah.
That's
And that's the thing.
Incredible.
You do not see like these players like this, we would call them bandiera.
Bandiera.
Bandiera means flag. They're the flag of the team.
Mm-hmm.
You got these players that grow up in the young team of a team. They become professional in that team.
Yeah.
And they stay there until the end of their career.
The team without them is not the same
Like
heart.
Alessandro Del Piero, he was like one of those.
Juventus, right?
Totti, he was one of those. You got, I think Messi was one of those. He was supposed to be like to
Barcelona.
yeah, to start his career in Barcelona and end in Barcelona, but that was not the case.
No,
So
it's-
you got,
especially that now Barcelona it's getting like crazy with money and they're bringing players and not paying them well and they're just
well, they have a lot of restructuring to do, and the other thing is that teams used to run these crazy budgets and be in debt every year. So debts will accumulate. And then COVID broke the system completely because they could not play for the first month. They didn't know what was going on, everything. If you got one positive in the team, you have to forfeit, I guess. Or I don't know if you had like, I don't know, a certain number of people sick because they couldn't play. So they lost a lot of revenue. And in Juventus, they made an agreement with the players that they wouldn't get paid like for 6 months. I mean, come on. Even if you're making like 7 mil per year,
Still.
5 million. Come on,
Plus
you don't get paid.
Instagram.
You don't get paid 6 months. What the hell?
Yeah.
Like, and now you have many avenues for revenue. Like you got the
Instagram.
shoes you wear.
Yeah.
The sponsors. Come on, you get money from those too.
One posted Instagram. You
But
get,
that doesn't mean that they don't need to get paid. Yeah,
for sure. I
understand,
mean,
but compared to the poor people that go work,
but it's ridiculous how those salaries got crazy over there.
Yeah, and there's another thing that I was thinking is that at the time Cristiano Ronaldo set the record for the highest player sold. Like when Manchester United sold him to Real Madrid, they sold him
that,
for
100?
94 million.
Yeah, but the Neymar got
Then next,
Neymar, right? Was the next biggest.
no, the next biggest was Gareth Bale.
Oh yeah.
Was more than 100.
Correct, 120.
Then Neymar.
200 almost.
Neymar, we don't know. Neymar, we don't know the exact amount because Barcelona said they paid him 50. However, there was some other shady deal under the table, so I don't know what happened there. And then
Neymar, when he went to Paris, I think it was like
he went to 200.
200.
I don't know. Coutinho too was sold.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was sold from Inter to Liverpool. I don't know. I mean, up to a certain point, there is so much. Is that money real? I don't know. It's like, what the hell? What are you doing?
it's crazy.
And-
Especially that Neymar was bullshit in Paris.
Yeah. Well, even what he makes now, he went to Arabia to Saudi Arabia.
Could you
to
imagine that
retire.
he was making that money in Paris? He was bought for such a huge money, and then he was saying, "Oh, Paris, this time was jail for me."
He was broken most of the time.
but he was,
Yeah, it was ungrateful, I think, maybe.
But
a
he's
little
saying,
bit.
"Oh, it was jail." And man, you're just getting such huge money,
Yeah.
and you're saying, "Is it jail for you?"
And you're running after a ball, after all.
Come on,
You just had to show up for training. Of course, you need to be talented and make
But
the
man,
team.
saying it's a jail. Come on.
So my best idea to have a successful team by keeping your budget on balance is invest in youth. Have kids that are good or buy talents when they're
What if
small.
those talents, being 20 years old, are going to Arabia now for make money?
Well, that's the other
It's
thing.
other
I mean,
problem.
but what do you want to do? Do you want to play on the world stage in the best leagues in the world,
Or just make
you want
money?
to, or you want to just make money? Because it happened the same. I don't know if it was 5 years ago. China was buying all these players from the Italian league. It's the same thing that happened with the Saudi now.
Yeah.
And they were paying them like huge contracts for 2, 3, 4
But Saudi
years.
Arabia got bigger, way bigger.
Oh, well,
than
they have
China.
oil money, and it's different. You know, they really want to promote and make their league known to the world. And of course, if you import talent from other places, your league will become successful. Same thing when Ronaldo moved from Real Madrid to Juventus for 100 million. He was 34. Good investment? I don't know. He was there.
Marketing.
It was 2 or 3 years there. It was a dream. I could not believe it when that happened because I'm a Juventus fan.
I know.
But yeah,
You guys had him.
that's great. So you want to cover the last story? What do you think?
Yeah, we can.
Or you want to do something? You got one more?
What do you have left? Do you have?
So I have a very.
Because we're over 90 minutes.
That's fantastic. Yeah. That's good.
We can cover one more, but let's see what we have. What do you have the most?
So I have the most expensive cruise in 2024 will be $95,000, 125 days sailing that already has a wait list.
Wow.
That's
okay.
insane. I mean,
you can cover.
I like to dream. Let's
talk about it and cover. Let's dream about that.
Let's make our audience dream. And next year, Silver Sea Cruises will operate the vacation of a lifetime, a pole-to-pole cruise, and at a cool $95,000 per person, this 125 day trip will also sail as the most expensive cruise of 2024. The luxury Royal Caribbean Group brand is in the business of selling expensive vacation. The luxury cruise line, the newest vessel, the Silver Nova, is set to sail in August with itineraries starting at $500 a day. Cheap stuff. Then in 2025, a 136-day work cruise from Tokyo to New York, starting at $76,000 per person, to its 2024 71-day cruise around South America for almost $50,000. These sailings are as long as they are expensive. Then there's a Holland America itinerary for $26,400. And then we have, starting at $94,700 per person, this 125 voyage will be the most expensive cruise. For this price...
Did you sign up?
Oh, man. Yeah. Waiting for this. For the hefty, nearly $95,000, travelers will get the brand's door-to-door experience. This includes a chauffeur to and from the airport, round-trip business class flights, butler service, and an all-inclusive vacation. Throughout the 125 days at sea, the ice class Silver Wind it was going to have like 274 guests. We travel to 21 countries. The trip is an amalgamation of 8 segments starting in Puerto Williams, Chile, on February 22, 2024, and ending in Longyearbyen.
So wait, you said
Norway.
It's 95,000.
Yeah.
Divided by how many days?
125.
So it's 760 per day. Wow.
$760?
Crazy.
Oh, damn. Then the itinerary, this will go to Chile across the famous Drake Passage, few days around Antarctica, hitting the first pole of the itinerary, and the travelers can sign up for hiking, kayaking, and Zodiac boat excursions. Then the itinerary shows the Silver Wind heading back to Chile before exploring South Georgia and South Sandwich Islands, several Falklands Islands, and Argentina. Then from Buenos Aires, the ship, now heading into halfway point of the itinerary, has plans to sail to destination in Uruguay, Brazil, including the Amazon River, before hitting Sierra Leone, Guinea-Bissau, Gambia, and Senegal. And then the ship will go to West Africa, Cape Verde, Spain, Morocco, Portugal, France, the UK, and Guernsey.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
sick.
That's a pretty interesting
There was a Mr. Beast video with I think he covered some cruise.
Yeah, I think I had something else on this. But yeah, and from the UK, the vessel will continue its trek up north to Iceland, where the ship will sail around for a few days before venturing to Norway's Svalbard, checking off the second pole. After 5 days, 120-day vacation, it's a lot.
Yeah, it's 4 months.
And it's very luxurious too. Travelers can dine in one of the Silver Wind's 4 restaurants, take in the views of the observation library, freshen up at the spa, or catch a show at the theater.
Wow.
But if you're considering this vacation, you better start saving up to book as soon as possible. 5 months out from the start of this journey, all but one of the suite categories now has a wait list. And then, ironically, the only option without a wait list is the cheapest, $94,700, 240 square foot suite. Perfect if you are on a budget. So $95,000, ladies and gentlemen.
Per person.
Per person.
So we have
I'm
5 people family.
Holy shit. I'm pretty sure 5 people. It's like close to $500K.
You can retire with that money.
Oh, what the hell? Normal, an average person. Just think about it. It's insane.
You can invest some and retire.
It depends what you want to do, for sure. If you have a modest living, yes.
Wow.
Yes. Or, I don't know.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm sure people do that, but they don't care.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you got billions of, if you make millions.
Plus, if you have company with,
Yeah, but at the same time, you really must take a year off if you think about it, like half a year off, because 125 days is...
But I guess if you have the money, you usually have people who are doing everything for you.
Yeah, you can delegate your work.
So I guess there's not like such a big deal for like average person.
But then the problem is that we are so hyper connected that even while you're on vacation, some people have the temptation to work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, oh man. But hey, it will be the experience of a lifetime, because you will
Definitely.
visit those many 21 countries. It's
But
really
but you can just fly there and
well.
spend 5,000.
Do you know? I was reading something else, and there's some people that they choose to go on cargo boats,
Okay.
and it takes you like 3 months
Oh.
to ride across the Pacific Ocean or the Atlantic or something, and they would just use this time just to chill and
That would be great to like disconnect from everything.
from everything.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Did you think you would go crazy after
For sure,
a little bit?
for
Like
sure.
without, I mean, you're still on a floating thing. You
Yeah.
cannot really go anywhere. But wait a second. I mean, if you have all those amenities,
Like spa,
movies,
200
there's
restaurants.
not really that many. 274 guests is not. You're gonna know everybody's names
Yeah.
by the end of the freaking vacation.
I think it's a good thing, but not affordable for everybody.
Not affordable for everybody.
Might be tough.
So, but it will be. Yeah, it will be. I don't know. Just thinking about it, it's like if you stop and think for a moment, you will just go visit.
But what I'm saying is just great to like disconnect from reality, you know, because when you are like on the sea,
I don't think people go there to disconnect from reality, because they're going to connect to luxury.
kind of.
You know what I'm saying?
But
It's
what
like
I'm
a
saying,
comfortable.
maybe not this one.
It's
but
like a very hyper comfortable adventure.
yeah, but overall, when you go,
Yeah.
when you go on the sea, let's say you work on the sea on the cruise, it's like I've seen a couple of vlogs, and the guy said it's like totally different life when you don't have access to like, you cannot go downtown,
Well, yeah. I mean, you really cannot go anywhere. It's just like.
and it's like affect your mind.
Yeah, you could you could go to the pool, you could read a book. I mean, you're confined to that place. Because I mean, when you get to the harbor, to other countries, you can get down. So you will, I mean, no, that's the part that we actually did not interpret correctly, because every time the ship goes to a different country, you can get down and go around and then come back.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
to that extent, yes.
But still,
it's the adventure.
It's kind of like different life in there.
It's the adventure of a lifetime, I think. But especially if you got like a door-to-door service, like the butler, the chauffeur, the I don't know, you got people to do stuff for you. You don't have to worry about anything. Yes, it's a luxury. And we come back to our previous conversation at the beginning. That is like, if you're wealthy, if you have money, let's not use the word wealthy, because wealthy has different meaning for different people.
If you're rich.
If you're, like if you're really
Rich as hell.
Rich as hell, yes. At
So
that
when
point,
when we'll be rich as hell, we'll get our families and go go on the cruise.
Yeah, go on the cruise. Well, thank you, folks, for coming on this cruise with us.
It's probably the longest.
It's
so
far is our longest podcast, but when we just get into conversation and topics,
it's fun.
Time,
chill.
Yeah, time flies and we don't really notice, and this is really fun.
Yeah,
and I hope that
the light, for the first time, the light didn't die.
Yeah, the light is not dying, and we're figuring things out. And
how is it talking without? Can we talk without headphones for a second?
How is it?
It's different. Like,
I think it's different.
I don't like it.
No, because I like to hear my voice inside my.
we like to hear the radio voice of ours.
To hear, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father, prepare to die.
Or Liam Neeson, I will find you, and we both know what's gonna happen.
Woo! Performance. So hey,
we are-
Hollywood, it's still in on strike.
I
But
know.
somehow people don't give a shit about it. I don't either, because we have a break for a little bit. We can still enjoy the best movies.
Hopefully, it's gonna be for good.
Yeah. It's a serious thing, to have the AI steal your creativity, your work. And so they would just want to make sure that they put that on contract. They will have some rights for the writers. So far, that's what I understood.
Yeah.
So let's preserve creativity, let's preserve genius, let's preserve talent. That's what we want to do. However,
Treat people with
preserve
kindness.
movies as movies. Don't use movies as a vehicle to push your political ideology, because normal people, when they come to the movie theater, they want to be suspended in disbelief. They don't want to see you pushing the political shit. Okay, so I'm gonna watch a movie. I want to be entertained. I want to see a beautiful story in the movie. I don't want you to tell me that I'm a piece of shit if I'm a man, or I should embrace some particular ideology. Okay, so just keep that in mind, folks. This was my final rant.
Wow.
Rant. And we will see you next time. I'm Ben.
Charlie. And
All
this
right.
is- yeah, if you
So, shirt. Oh, just turn around. There's in the back too.
shoot.
Well, you
so
don't
many
wanna-
cables
You don't
here.
want to finish the podcast showing your ass now. Oh yeah. See, Ben and Charlie. Oli. Char. Okay, it sounds so harsh. Well, we'll see you next time.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Take care.
It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set the rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs.